Hello and welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have a small thrift store haul. This is a local to us thrift store. It's actually run by a homeless shelter, and all of the profits that they make go directly to our local community, so that's nice. They kind of have a little bit of everything from clothes to housewares and that kind of thing. But we predominantly go in looking for books. We homeschool, and books make up a large portion of our history and science curriculum and how we use it. But we also found some other neat finds today. So let's start with the books. We have some history books. Amazing Tales for Making Men Out of Boys. I thought this looked really neat, that my oldest would really enjoy this. A picture book of Sacagawea or Sacagawea, depending on who you ask. A Long Walk to Water is a story. It's in Africa setting, and it's about two people who have to travel a super long distance to get water every day for their families. The story of Helen Keller. We actually have one book on her already, but their whole story has always fascinated me. So, and then this is a story about Helen Keller's teacher, which I thought that would be neat to read these together. A story about the Lewis and Clark expedition. And then Candy Bombers. This, if you haven't ever heard of this, is a really neat story. There were pilots that would drop chocolate and candy off to children's homes during the war. And it was some pretty dangerous missions, but it was something that was on their heart to do, and it's just really neat. As far as just kind of other books go, I've heard really good things about the Magic Treehouse books. I've been looking for some kind of medium reads for my 9-year-old to read, and so I thought this one would be an interesting one. This one is an old book, and it was one that I just picked up and kind of perused. I don't know a whole lot about it, so I may have to pre-read that one before I read it to the kids, but it just kind of sounded interesting. Becoming Little Women is a book about Louisa May Alcott and her childhood and how she became an author. Pollyanna is just an awesome classic book. We love the classics. We love Heidi and The Secret Garden and those types of books. So anytime I find any of those, I definitely pick them up. There's Meet Kit, which is one of the American Girl books. We have several of these already, and they're just kind of a nice, clean book that they have them set in different time periods. So this one kind of looked like maybe 50s, 60s area. My daughter, her pair of flip-flops from last year had kicked the bucket. And so, sorry, my throat's gunky today. Normally we go into Dollar Tree and just buy flip-flops, and I hadn't been in there yet. When they had them out, we were in there the other day, but they weren't out yet. These were $1, which is how much they normally are at Dollar Tree, so I just went ahead and picked those up. Every summer, my kids, one of our favorite activities to do is we have a big galvanized tub on the front porch. It probably holds 20 gallons of water. And I will, on hot days, I will fill it up with water, and then they get to play in it, and we bust out kitchen stuff. So if you're looking for a cheap thing to play, don't buy sand toys because they're so flimsy and they break. Go to thrift store, Dollar Tree, yard sales, and buy kitchen utensils. So I've got several different spatulas, whisks, spoons, even a potato masher. This little thing is probably going to be for the same thing. And then occasionally when I'm feeling very gracious, I will let them go get buckets of dirt and we do mud kitchen. So that's what these are for. It's well worth it. These usually last at least a couple of years. The plastic ones less than the metal ones. We still have several of the things from last year. I will need to find some metal mixing bowls and that kind of thing. They've got a few, but it's one of those where it's a cheap entertainment, especially on hot days. We don't go on vacations. We don't, that kind of thing. So I try to find fun things for the kids to do all summer. We got some puzzles and game. So this one my daughter just thought was absolutely beautiful and looked fairly easy to do. This is a puzzle kind of mind challenge one, and I was thinking about putting that in prize box for my kids for when they do school without complaining too much. We all absolutely love big floor puzzles. My 6-year-old was excited to see that, 6 and up, he can do this one, which he could totally do it. My 3-year-old will probably be able to do it. And Melissa and Doug is a really, really good brand. And then this game, it's actually still in the plastic packaging. The only thing that's wrong with it is there's a dent in it. And my family loves doing things like this, games like this, that it just kind of looked fun. We have several like this, that when my whole family gets together, I have 2 siblings, and my parents have 10 grandkids, so it's the type of game that we like to get out, and so it just looked like it might be a fun one to play. The fact that it was all in the original wrapping and all that kind of stuff is nice. So there are some things that were a little bit more pricey, like these 2 were $4 each, which kind of pushes the limit on what I'm willing to spend at a thrift store, but knowing that it all goes back to the community is nice and helps people in need. So that's everything we got. In total, we spent, I think it was $31. So not bad, considering the awkward family photos game would probably be pretty close to that in and of itself. And then, like I said, if you are homeschooling or you just have voracious readers like I do, thrift stores, Goodwill, anything like that is a great place to get books, because I can get them for so cheap, because I've looked at things like half-price books and some of the other ones online that you can get, and it just doesn't compare to getting books for 50 cents and $1. So, all right, thank you so much for watching. My kids are going to absolutely devour all of this as soon as I turn this off. So have a great day, and God bless.